Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve. America was targeted for attack because we're the brightest beacon for freedom and opportunity in the world, and no one will keep that light from shining.
We just had a plane crash into Alpha 4 of the World Trade Center, transmit a second alarm, and start relocating companies into the area. The World Trade Center, tower number 1, is on fire. The whole outside of the building, there was just a huge explosion. We have a number of floors on fire. It looked like the plane was aiming towards the building. World Trade Center, send every available ambulance, everything you got to the World Trade Center now. George, have them mobilize the Army. We need the Army in Manhattan.
I just happened to be that I was looking at the television. I did not see the first aircraft crash into the building, but then immediately thereafter there was another one. It looked like it was no bigger than a fly, but I know it was a monstrous airplane, and I watched it go into the building.
The morning of the attack, I did not know anything about it until I arrived at work, and that was about 7:30 that morning. This particular morning, no one was at the break table. They were watching the TV, and when I walked in, that's when I was told what had happened.
One of the buildings is partially collapsed. C3, a major collapse in one of the towers. The South Tower, major collapse. Anybody hear me? I'm a civilian. I'm trying. The other tower just collapsed. Major collapse, major collapse. The World Trade Center's collapsed. Building 2 has collapsed. Okay. Right now we're all alone. The second building came down. I can't see, so we have no contact with anybody at this time.
I was with the bombers of the World War II, but this gave me the realization of how I felt and how I was sure that all the folks in Europe, we bombed out their buildings and everything, I know how they felt.
September the 11th of 2001 was a very devastating day. Our General Landreneau was at the Pentagon. We were all comforting Miss Landreneau because we did not know if he was dead or alive. We began to pray, and with fear and yet comforting, knowing that God would take care of it, she got a call. I can't talk, but we're all safe. God answered our prayers at that time. We knew that our son Bill would be called to war. The day he flew out, John and I gave him to God. We knew that we had to walk what we taught. And we lived by the verse Joshua 1:9. And for 14 months we prayed, and he was brought home safely. Our lives were changed because we knew what prayer could do. I know what family members go through. Yeah. And it will change. And God will see them through. My blanket was given to me by my daughter-in-law the day he returned. And this was Bill's baby. She was 9 months old when he left. And she was a year when he returned.
I didn't know what the future was going to bring. I didn't know how, at the time, that it would impact my life and my family. But I soon learned, and within about 2 years, I was in Afghanistan. We was mobilized and sent to Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan. I spent 10 months over there. I had to leave my family. That was a hard time. It was a hard time to leave your family because I didn't know, if I was going to come home. Through prayers, my whole battalion came home. It made me a stronger person, pulled my family closer. One of the hardest things was that I had to leave my parents. And it's hard to talk about. They were elderly. So I didn't know that when I came home, whether they'd be there or not. But the thing that I'll never forget was the evening that I came home. It was late in the afternoon, and when we pulled up in front of the house, my dad, who was at the time 90 years old, was standing on the front porch waving an American flag. And it just about ripped my heart out, But I was, it made me proud, to see him standing there.
My soul so weary when troubles come.